Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something from Miguron, and by the looks of it, something premium. Thanks so much to Miguron for sending it in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Alright. Let's find out what the heck this is. This will be linked. Oh, wait. No? You know what? Actually, I can't tell. I have no idea if it's premium or not. I feel like it's the pull-out boxes that are premium. Whatever this is, whatever it is, I'll link it right down below in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Do we have any... Okay. All right. I meant to do that. I have no idea. It doesn't say at all. It definitely is a premium knife. I feel like I've seen this one before. Maybe in budget form? All right. Well, we definitely have Miguron's typical premium touch, right? A nice dark tumbled finish. Look at those thumb studs. Big thumb studs, barrel-sized barrel-shaped. Also not peaked at the tip, which is great because those are super uncomfortable on your hands. We have a milled titanium pocket clip and a simple backspacer. I think that this is fine, and I don't really have a problem with it. Number one, something that does bother me, we have a symmetrical milled pocket clip that could easily be mounted on the other side, but we have no place to do that. Miguron, include a filler tab that is just contoured and shaped exactly the same as the surrounding texture, right? So it can be hidden. If you have to do a hidden screw to hold the thing in, right, from underneath, that's an idea. But we really should be catering to left-handed people, right? Or people who are just ambidextrous. If you're right-handed, I know you don't care, but left-handed people do care. Wow, the action is extremely good. And I do like that finish. That's really nice. I kind of expected the blade to have a boring finish on there. I think the action feels better than Miguron's action typically feels. So very easy to manipulate. So yeah, and actually the front flipper works really well too. So, but yeah, and then the other thing, the other way of doing this that is super easy, and I've seen it, right? We make a wraparound pocket clip that nests into the titanium frame itself, or the titanium scales itself. So it's slotted behind. You can do that with a milled clip, right? Still having that nice premium milled pocket clip feel. It makes it ultra deep carry, which most people either like or just don't care about. Very few people aggressively prefer a shallow or medium carry. And I personally, like for me, if you're just an average Joe like me, I don't consider myself a super hardcore professional of anything. You just don't care, right? It goes in your pocket and it clips to your pocket as long as it's not shallow and hanging out for whatever tactical reason people make up, then it's fine. So having a wraparound and nested clip mount is great because then it hides what people usually call aesthetic flaws or filler tabs with additional hardware, right? People don't like to look at that. Sometimes it's not a filler tab. Sometimes they just mill it out. They leave a pocket there. People don't like that either. I can understand that, right? But there are ways of doing this. And I think it's time, not just Miguron, just every company, just like find a way left and right. It's just, it is expanding your potential audience, right? And I have to assume just makes people happier all the way around, right? Something in here is rattling. I wonder what that is. I think it's the bearings. I think there must be some space. I'm trying to hold. Definitely. There's a little bit of space in there. Probably the bearings are not cut or not. I'm sorry. The frame is just cut too large to house the bearings, so they rattle. People don't like to hear that. Yeah, I don't like that too. That's not my favorite thing in the whole world. That's the first time I've heard a Miguron do that. I'm actually curious if other people have experienced that. Miguron, I believe, is this M390? Yeah, I think they're starting to hit all of their M390 from 60 to 62. I think, right? I've noticed that on a lot of their knives. Some of them might still be coming in 59 to 61. You got to check the listing. But if they are hitting it from 60 to 62, I think that's excellent. I am almost certain I have reviewed this knife before, but probably in a non-premium form. Ergonomically, it does feel pretty darn good. I'm trying not to squeeze it because I've got my actual wedding ring on today. Yeah, actually choked back is nice, and that's thanks to the fact that we have a milled clip, and we have a contoured and textured, we have contoured and textured scales. We also have some nice chamfering here. This is all really good. It's also cut lower on the show side so that you have better access to that lock bar, which is fantastic. I really like that. No double clutch or anything. Choked up. I'm not sure I'm in love with the choked up position here. I think it's probably, if you have to kind of pinch right here and get a single knuckle in there, you're fine. Fortunately, there's no flipper tab, so this area is not too bad. If you have to kind of in between these two positions here. If we do this, I like this area to be knocked down quite a bit more. It just creates for a little bit more ergonomic freedom. But overall, I think the ergonomics are not bad at all. Truthfully, the thing that impresses me the most is the finish on this blade. I like a good hand rub satin finish, and I think that looks wonderful. I'm just bored to tears with belt satin finishes. And it seems like that's what we see like more than anything else is belt satin finish, and it's got to be just about the cheapest finish to do. So the hand rub satin finish, I think, looks much better. The way that light catches a hand rub satin finish, I just think is way, way better. We'll check the cutting edge on something like paper, which, doesn't prove much, but I like to see how it feels. Sometimes, oh yeah, nice and clean. Not absolutely razor thin, right? But you can see there catching little curly cues, maybe a little bit of minor lifting on the edges right there. But for the most part, I think pretty typical geometry for, a pocket knife. I'm going to guess that's probably maybe 120, 125 thousandths. Let's measure it real quick, weigh it, and do a couple of size comparisons. This is just an unboxing and first impressions, not a review. That'll come down the road. Coming in at 8 inches with a 3.5 inch blade. 3.25 inches of cutting edge, no surprise there. That's pretty typical Miguron. Up against the 8010, and let's do the Ritter Hogue. There we go. How about the 8020.5? That's probably a good one. Spyderco Para 3, Hogue Deca, and how about the Ontario Rat? That's a good one. There we go. All right, weight. Probably internally milled. Yep. The weight on this guy is coming in at 3.95 ounces. Not bad. Not bad for a full titanium knife. If you are new to pocket knives, Miguron is creating some pretty safe designs, right? What I mean by that is they have design parameters that are not, they don't extend out and do crazy things very often. They make very utilitarian shapes, and they do a really good job in the budget territory in particular. But their premium knives, while they're not, super duper extra spicy, they do have what you want in a premium knife, typically titanium, sometimes carbon fiber, M390, sometimes S90V, right? They do a good job with their tolerances, and their prices, I think, are extremely fair and extremely competitive. But you will not see the same levels of creativity in design as we see from Riot, Bestech, especially Reich and Maxace. You're not going to see that, right? So you have to kind of ask yourself what type of pocket knife you're looking for. If you want something that's got a much more, I guess, traditional kind of modern tactical aesthetic, but is simple, doesn't have a lot of extra inlays or crap hanging off of it, right? Isn't super duper bright and colorful, then yes, absolutely. And assuming they get their heat treat correct on the model, right? Which most of the time here, these newer ones have been coming in at M390 at 60 to 62. If you see that they have S90V and it's coming in 59 to 61, that is okay. S90V has a different optimal range, right? Yeah, honestly, I think their pricing is great and their knives have been really great. They just really, really shine at the budget end, right? They've gotten close with a couple of things on the premium end, and they're really, really close to just having an absolute home run. And when that day comes, because I know it will, I will make sure that everybody knows. But for now, these remain to be just good, straightforward, premium knives for a fair price. So anyways, that's going to be pretty much it for today's unboxing. Thanks again to Miguron. I will link this knife and honestly, like a bajillion other great choices from Miguron down in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.